Hartley is almost 9 years old now. When we got pregnant, we had no idea that there was going to be any sort of complications or anything going on with him. And then when he was a day old, he hadn't passed something called meconium. So when you're born, you're supposed to have like your first bowel movement and then they send you home. Well, he didn't do that for some reason. And then he got really sort of backed up and his tummy got puffy and we weren't really sure what was going on. So 24 hours after he was born, he was rushed to SickKids, and we didn't leave there for 100 days. So he spent 3 weeks in the neonatal intensive care, and we got a diagnosis of something called intestinal failure, which essentially means, for a variety of reasons, your intestines are non-functional without medical intervention. So he had 2 surgeries in those first 3 months, and then his care team there, they're called the GIFT team, they trained us for about 2 weeks about how to provide all of his care. So Ash and I are like, we're not registered nurses, but I feel like we're pretty competent in doing all his IV care, sterile procedures at home, all of his medications. From there, when we got discharged, we've been kind of in and out, back and forth, but SickKids has been the through line through all of that. He's had 19 surgeries, so that's like an average of 2 a year. Plus different admissions for all kinds of different things. So SickKids helped us in the beginning when things were a real mess. They sort of empowered us with the ability to have some normalcy in our lives, to take him home and to be his caregivers, even though it's very different than what we kind of expected. And while he's been an outpatient, if we send an email, we get things right back. We get tons of support in a real ongoing way. So yeah, they've taken care of us and will take care of us until he's 18. Obviously, any person living with a chronic illness, this is like tough on you emotionally. And Hart definitely does have periods where he's feeling down about everything that's kind of going on with him. Which is why the Versus campaign has been so empowering. I remember when we were there for the photo shoot, someone asked him to take off his shirt and show off all of his like medical hardware. And at first we were kind of like, okay, if you want to do it, buddy, go ahead. And then we really did encourage him to just go for it. Because we wanted him to be proud of who he is and all that he's gone through, to speak up in a very honest way about who he is. And so he did it. And that picture has become something it's been on a streetcar, it's done so many things, and so I think our encouragement for him to step out, be bold, and be who he is, and proud of who he is and all he's gone through, is why that picture and the whole Versus campaign, I think, really just grabs people and inspires people, because it is that, be proud of who you are and say it with as big a voice as you possibly can. Because intestinal failure is a really rare thing, part of speaking up has been about raising awareness for us. So part of being an ambassador for Hartley is also being an ambassador for his disease. So people knowing about intestinal failure and him being sort of, I don't want to say the face of that, but him representing that in a really tangible way. Yeah, it's been something to put himself into. It's been something that he can do to give back, to help other kids. So it's taken something that has been not always a positive thing and given it some sort of balance. It's not like it's, smoothed everything over, but yeah, it evens the keel a little bit, I think. The stopwatch and the horseshoe, one of the things about Hartley's illness is that from one day to the next, we kind of don't know how things are going to play out. So the idea that time is luck, to me, was something that was important, because the time that he's healthy, the times that things are good, we're lucky to have those. And so this was kind of a reminder to feel grateful for the time that I have with him. When he was born, his name means bravery and strength, so I got bravery and strength tattooed across my collarbones. It was ironic, or maybe meant to be, or whatever, but like I said, we didn't know any of this was going on with him, so his name meaning bravery and strength, it's almost serendipitous, I suppose. Yeah, I think there's catharsis to the reason I get tattoos. He's gone through chronic pain, is something he deals with. So for me, the experience, I don't know, there's something about it. yeah, there's something about it. And what they represent, the picture themselves. Coming home is something that is an incredible feeling. So when we're in hospital, sometimes it feels like you're there for so long, it becomes all-encompassing. And you can kind of, you miss home when you're stuck in the hospital, there's no doubt about it. So the lighthouse is a little bit about staying focused on the idea of being discharged and staying focused on getting home.
I did a gem, and I also did an anchor, like an arrow.
And then why'd you do that one? Remember she was teaching you that one? Yeah, because your versus photo, right?
Yeah. I also did smiley pineapple.
Smiley pineapple.
And this jewel.
A jewel? Who were those guys?
I don't know.
A little rain cloud? Mommy has one of those.
And then I did 4 diamonds, 1